Thank you for watching News Echoes. You're welcome to this special program. My name is Shegun Johnson. We're going to give you discussions concerning the just concluded election in France, the challenges in the United Kingdom, as well as the Ekiti election. There are so many things to understand from the Nigerian polity, and myself and my colleagues will be looking at all of these. And we have in the studio, our first time since her participation in the Nigerian election. I'm talking of Diva Ubooks. Diva Ubooks, you are welcome to the program.
Good morning, Dr. Shegun. How are you doing? I've missed all of you. Good to
Great
be
to
back.
see you.
It's good to
Great
be
to
back.
see you. Yes, I'm sure the boys will be delighted this morning.
Thank you.
We also have Dr. Osita Anyemeka all the way from Abuja. Dr. Osita, you're welcome to the program. Is Dr. Osita still there? Okay, let me get to my colleague in the city of London, Ambassador Nath Yako. Ambassador Nath, you're welcome to the program. We're having challenges getting them. Is this technology in the 21st century? Oh, yes, we have them now. Yes, we have both of you at the same time. So I was just mentioning your names. Dr. Sita, good morning. Ambassador Nath, good morning.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ambassador. Glad to be here.
Yeah, and we have a colleague in Italy, Milan, Mark Godwin. Mark, you're welcome to the program.
I greet
Yeah, looks like they're speaking in tongues from Italy. Well, let's get on with the program. Yeah, we can hear you now. Yeah. How are you doing in Italy? Come on, tell us. We're still not hearing you properly.
Can you hear me?
No, you are sounding like a piano that is being repaired.
Okay, go ahead. Don't worry. Maybe it's network and it will pick up. Go ahead, sir.
Yes, and we can hear you clearly now. Now, we want you to tell us what happened in the last French election. Macron lost the majority in the French parliament, and what will be the implication of that? Mark.
Yes, what it implies is he's seeking for a consensus with groups, including the far right and those of the former far right woman Marine Le Pen. So the French president is trying to create an alliance so that he can fill up the 44 seats that his party shut off. And this is taking some effort because he needs to really work it out very well. So Macron has done other offers. Some people are offering him. And but by the end of this week, we might be able to understand what it will really imply. But for now, he has lost control of the parliament. Majority of the seat has gone to the far right party. And we remember the woman Marine Le Pen's party. So that is what is happening. Also, in Italy, we had a small local election, like they call it. The local election is like a test of the national politics in a low way, in a local way. And a new uprising is coming up. There's a young party called the Brotherhood Party of Italy, and they seem to be getting some recognition. They seem to be leading in the opposition force. And Italians are wondering probably this new young party, Brotherhood of Italy, might become the leader. The leader of that party is a lady, Giorgina Meloni. They are seeing it like she might become the next prime minister, and that would mean a lot. That would mean a lot. So we're observing, we're watching, and we're also following up, and we'll give updates as they happen. Thank you, Dr. Shegun.
Thank you very much. Ambassador Nat, what's the implication of Macron losing the majority vis-a-vis the support for Zelensky in Ukraine?
Well, it seems what's happening in France is a general reflection of what's happening not only in Europe but within the international scene. People are moving towards not even the extreme right, but they want to be to enjoy both sides of the divide.
They want something new, isn't it?
Yeah, they want something new. Maybe not too far right, not too far left, and not even the middle. This all boils down to the turmoil, the turbulence in the world setup. The economy is biting hard. Everybody. Security, there's a lot of insecurity all over the place, and people are not too sure what's going to happen the next day. People are scared, people are afraid, and that is that. And it seems an indication also that we are back to not even the Cold War, we're back to the hot war, and people are fighting.
Okay, tell us what's going on in the United Kingdom. The transport union, they are striking at the moment and is affecting transportation all over the place. Can you let our viewers across the globe understand how chaotic things have been in the UK?
Well, to be very conservative in my use of words, the country is shut down. It is even worse than the COVID-19 protocols, which limited the movement of people. Uh, Now, people, especially as from yesterday, the public transport, maybe only the buses are running, but the buses are running at snail speed because everybody has just poured into the roads. The railways are not working. They are on strike. Government says it's not going to talk with the unions. The unions should sort themselves out. The labor man, Starmer, is not saying anything. Normally, labor should be able to have taken a stand on some of these issues because most of these strikes have to do with labor. So nobody is saying anything. They are saying the unions should sort themselves out. The regulatory bodies should sort issues out, and that is how we are going to maybe get into summer and then into autumn and winter. It's not going to be easy at all. It's very difficult. The prices of things too. I'm sure Dr. Johnson can tell us how much he feels his Lamborghini now. Not
I wish I had man.
not a small car, but so this is where we find ourselves. Families are finding it very difficult to take a decent meal in a day.
Thank you, Ambassador. Dr. Osita, it appears that the world is not content at this moment. The whole world is not happy. I mean, with the hike in prices across the globe, including Africa, the people are tired of the old order. Is there any sense we can make out of all of these? How did we get it wrong since 2019? Once the COVID-19 was discovered, things have never returned the same. What do you think is going on?
First and foremost, nobody was prepared for COVID-19, but I think blaming it on COVID-19 will not be sufficient because many other things have happened. Let's go back a little bit to the to the election in France. Young people did not vote. Can you imagine that? Young people, the youth in Nigeria are spoiling to vote. In France, they abstained. So you are asking yourself, what's happening? And then look at the UK, where you and the ambassador lives. We have not had real strike news out of the UK for 30 years.
That's correct.
I am a transport person. So yes, I'm a transport person. So I follow transport trajectories. But the issue is not that there's a strike now. The issue is that the strike now does not even have a promise. There is nobody saying something about it that it might end before Christmas. We're hoping that it's going to end. But the issue at stake now is that the question you asked me, this is an answer. We're all grinding to a halt because the new beginning is coming. A new beginning is coming, because if nothing new begins very soon, then the entire world is crashing. Because in the United States, people are in a mess. My family calls me now 4 times a day. We need to talk just in the mornings. So once in a while, the phone rings and I'm listening, and they're asking for something else. And I said to them, I live in Africa. You guys take care of yourself. I take care of myself here. So yes, something must give, because the life we all live now is becoming torturous. Most of us are hiding. Like I told you guys last time, in Abuja, I buy petrol in liters, in 10 liters jerrycan sold by Almajoris to power my car and to power the gen in my house. It's a terrible lifestyle.
Well, in the United Kingdom now is £8 per gallon, £2 per liter.
Yes.
That's what, and nobody's laughing at all. Nobody's laughing. So to fill a car now, a small car is about £120. An SUV is about £180. You fill your car and park it. I've never seen that kind of thing.
And your Lamborghini. Yes. I'm really sorry for your Lamborghini. I'm praying.
Where did you get Lamborghini? We have Diva Obux today, and she's going to tell us many things. I hope things have improved in the Nigerian politics. Diva, the last time you appeared, you told us you were going to contest. You did everything, because I got to know. Tell us your experience of the Nigerian political space as somebody coming fresh. Please be honest with us.
Is she muted?
You have to unmute.
You have to unmute, man.
Okay, sorry. Can you hear me now?
Yes, absolutely.
Yes.
Okay. I said it's been a whirlwind. It's been an experience.
Wow.
Women in politics in Nigeria, I don't know where we're going, but we will get there. We'll keep pushing. So it's been a couple of weeks, up and down in Delta, and I don't even know where to start the story from. But
okay.
It was an experience that I would never forget. It was an experience that I enjoyed, and truthfully, a lot of women came out in APC. There were about 700 candidates, or rather aspirants, that came through for the elections. But I tell you that there were not, I don't think, I'd say maybe like 40 made it through.
Wow.
It's not good, but I'm happy to hear that France is giving, women in France are giving them a run for money. I'm just hearing about the woman in Italy as well. I'm hoping that some of these things will give us more inspiration in Nigeria to bring the government to a more inclusive female gender political terrain. We're hoping that it will get better. But the truth is that there's a lot of bad things going on. We hope to try and change those bad things, where people will be given proper fair playing fields to run and contest elections, and let the people be the ones who choose their leaders, rather than leaders being imposed on them. And this is not just a case of women; it's also a case of men too. The so-called leaders that are the head or the heads of government still have a tendency to impose leaders on the people that they don't want to be their
Okay,
leaders.
let me ask you a question, ma'am. When you were contesting to be the candidate for APC for Ugeli House of Reps constituency, did the people listen to you what you will do? Did they listen to your opponents what they will do, or somebody just said come and settle us, come and settle us? What did they really take your discussion, your debate into reality, or they just voted that look, well, it's going to be who knows who?
No, truthfully, the people did listen, and truthfully, the response was very good. From the people, even from the people at the grassroots, who are the people that we're trying to lead here or trying to make a better life for, they did listen. A lot of the leaders were interested in my candidacy, and the masses of the people wanted a fair election where I would get a fair chance to win this election. However, like I said, there are some powers that be that impose things on people, mentioning no names, mentioning no names.
Okay, I'm going to ask you one more question
it was sad.
I want to ask you one more question. You don't have to answer it, and I will understand. Did the people expect you to give money? I mean, before they could do everything, or how? To what extent did you think money ran things there?
Well, I would speak for my area. We have what we call, well, I think in everywhere they do what they call a mosquito campaign, right?
No,
which is
we
what
don't
you
know.
would
What
call,
is mosquito campaign? I've never
okay,
heard
which
of
is
it.
which mosquito campaign is more like what you would say is a consultation with the leaders of your constituency. I think that happens in every area, but in my area we have a peculiar tradition, which is where when you go see somebody that is an elder, or you're going to ask for a favor from someone or support from someone, you do what is called the swagware. It's an Urobo thing. And what that involves is putting some money on the table and drinks and cola nuts. And you will do this presentation before you speak and say, this is what I want your support, blah, blah, blah. So it wasn't like a bribe thing in our area. It's something that even when you are going to see your father or you're going to see the king, you would do this little presentation before you actually make your request.
This swagare, is it about 5,000 naira, 10,000?
Well, it depends on the weight of the request, and it depends on the personality as well. So it could vary from as little as 1,000 naira to whatever.
1 million naira.
Oh yeah,
Okay,
absolutely.
okay. I'm coming back to ask you a few questions on the Ekiti election.
Okay.
Ambassador Nat, the Ekiti election has come and gone. Oyebanje has been called the winner, but many people said that was not an election; it was just trade by barter. What do you say?
I'm still at a loss. I'm confused and depressed as to what we I won't say what we saw happen in Ekiti, but the figures that were chunked out from a supposedly electronically transmitted results from the local government, world level, local government, and state. And Ekiti that takes the pride of one professor per square kilometer. You will get a professor. I'm sure now it has improved. The professorship has improved, and the Governor Fayemi. So why is at lost? Is it that the results were known before the elections? And this word landslide, that was in the NPN days. They even called it moonslide, where they just sit down and write the figures, you take them or you leave them. So for those that this thing to happen in 2022 is a precursor or is a signal that this is what is going to happen in 2023 elections.
Ambassador Nat, did the people vote or not? Was it rigged? Or I mean, your conclusion, you have to back your conclusion. So what are you trying to say, sir?
The people that voted were the old men and women, and I don't think they formed the majority of population or registered voters in Ekiti.
But they didn't stop anybody physically from coming.
Well, we heard of situations where, when there's vote buying, then there's no elections. And the party that has a deeper pocket will have the landslide in results when the results come out.
Well, from the result, we heard that the APC winner garnered 187,057 votes, PDP 67,457, SDP 82,261, SDP coming second, PDP coming third. If you add the PDP and SDP votes, it comes to about 149,000, not yet up to 187,000 of APC. Ambassador Nat, one more question. Do you think they rigged that one?
Well, we can redefine the meaning of rigging and say yes.
Okay, let's ask the man from Abuja. Dr. Osita, what are your impressions of the election? APC won fairly, isn't it?
Yes, clearly, because it was planned in advance. That's where it became
you have
clear.
To substantiate.
Yes.
You have to substantiate.
When Tinubu got over 1,000, it was clear too that he won, very clearly. But they all planned. You see, the rig machine doesn't have to be at the polling center. The rig machine can be anywhere. It's been so perfected in the last couple of years that things have been, have started to happen very openly, telling us what will happen. The kind of joy with which they receive the results, that three state governors plus the state chairman went to see Buhari on Monday. Mm-hmm. It's like okay, yeah, we've gotten that right. Let's go celebrate. But the people of Ekiti are still nursing pain from what happened. So some people are overjoyed, showing you that the carelessness of people, of our politicians, is rising. They don't care anymore. Once they get what they want, they walk away, no matter whose ox is gone. So by the end of the day, we are looking at a situation where we really need to get very, very ready if we want change. Okay, look at our diva, for instance. 700 women, only 40 got a nod. What we have been saying all these years is that we need women to be given a platform. Let's see whether they can beat the men. With this kind of trend, is it ever going to happen? So my answer to you is yes, it was rigged. The rig machine was perfected, and they got away with it. And maybe also they will get away with so many others, in 2023.
But Dr. Sita, I disagree with you. Was it rigged or there was vote buy? I want us to differentiate between the two.
So you're defining rig differently. This election for Ekiti was planned long time ago. So rigging is not about carrying ballot boxes and running away. Rigging is about the entire machine, the full machine working for one person. And that was what happened in Ekiti State.
Okay, let's ask the lady amongst us, and she's also a politician. And I know that APC is your party. What is your fair assessment of the Ekiti election for the sake of the generation ahead?
Sad, sad, I say, because like yes, I'm APC by party, but I'm a Nigerian by heart. And my feeling is for the children, the youth, and the women that are coming up behind me. And I feel sad because I don't see a situation where leaders are being elected fairly and truthfully. Now, having said that, I'm not saying that the candidate that came out of Ekiti State wouldn't have won the election if there was no rigging or whatever word you want to use, or tampering with the machine. I'm not saying that he wouldn't have won the election, but with all the indices that we have on the table, it would be unfair of me to say that I actually believe that that election was free and fair, especially because I have experienced it. I went through it. I saw what these people can do. And I know that there's a lot of things going on at the background where people don't know about. It was a big, big, big slap in my face. And so I wouldn't be surprised if anything else happened to any other aspirant in any other situation. So I don't have the facts. I don't have any evidence. The only information I have is what I saw on social media. Unfortunately, I wanted to go to Ekiti to observe myself, but it wasn't possible. But there's so much information going on around about vote buying. And even there was even an aspirant who had to seize 120 something thousand naira from his own family members that were given, that some APC came to their compound to come and buy votes from his family members, and he seized the money. And the assistant commissioner of police actually asked him to release those funds, and he said no. When we have this kind of true life stories, what do we do? What do we expect? What do we expect people to think? A lot of youths are still saying, oh, will our votes really count? My message is yes, your votes will count. We just have to keep trying. We just have to keep trying. And I want to encourage all our youths and everybody to go out there and get your PVC and please vote. Please. I mean, this narrative, the narrative has to change.
I know we're going on break very soon, but I still want to ask you one question. When the people are hungry and they receive 10,000 naira, as we were told in Ekiti State, and we saw some of these girls flaunting their 10,000 naira. I mean, some people have never seen 10,000 naira for doing nothing like that. So once you get that one, how do you think you can convince the so-called lazy, quote and unquote, youths? And then, I mean, so then nobody's thinking of, this man is going to change our life, but this one is giving me 10,000 naira. Nobody's actively considering it. The politicians know it, and so they play into their hands. And do you think we can do anything to tell those collecting the money not to collect it?
I think it's an awareness campaign program. All of us have to collectively start this movement, or some of us have started already, because in all of my campaigning, everybody that cared to listen, the young, the old, the women, the children, I was quick to tell them, you know what, you sell your vote, you're selling your future, you go back to the same situation that you're in, is not going to get better. And I asked them a question. I said, if I come to you and I spend 300 million naira or 500 million naira to get to the Green Chamber, what do you think is going to be the first thing I'll do when I get there? The first thing I'm going to do when I get there is get my money back. It's an investment for a lot of these people. You want to make your money back. Some people go out to borrow money to run elections. If they borrow the money, when they get
houses.
They put their houses on mortgage. They sell their cars. So of course, when they get there, the first thing they want to do is recoup their funds with interest, of course. They have godfathers who sponsor them sometimes, and they have to make the returns. So the people are the ones that end up with the short end of the stick, and they still remain in the situation where they are, poverty and hunger. And I'm beginning to believe that it's a deliberate attempt on the people to keep them in that position so that they continue to oppress and suppress them, and so that they continue to do loot our system. It's a bad situation. It's a bad situation.
Diva Books, I'm so glad you are here today because we're going to learn a lot from you. You are speaking as a person who is on the ground and not just analyzing what others are saying. So we'll go on a short break right now. When we return, we'll be looking at why is it difficult to get a running mate for all the presidential candidates. We'll be back. Please don't go away.
Hi there, I'm Mary Keurig, and I am a businesswoman in the United States, but I'm also the Global Content Vice President for the Sub-Saharan Open University in Nigeria. I could not be prouder to work with Dr. Osita Anamika and his team on helping to create not just entrepreneurs and skill-based talent that will get out into the workforce and make a living for themselves, but also young leaders. And to that end, with this integrity-rich university environment that's accredited now, and it's just an amazing opportunity for anyone there of any age to jump on board and learn, we want to let you know about a new offering that we have. We have a global governance and diplomacy course now provided by a whole team of people that crosses several countries to put together these resources and lots of great information for those of you who might be on the path toward public service and diplomatic service, NGO leadership, that sort of thing. We hope that you will walk through this open door and enjoy.
Schengen Story magazine is an African international bi-monthly magazine based in Milan, Italy, and founded in 2016. The publication focuses on personalities, fashion, style, entrepreneurship, and culture for Africans. Though articles on food, movies, fitness, music, travel, sports, technology, and books are also featured. Our lives full of best stories. A lot can happen in a month. Expand your mind, change your world. Get Schengen Story magazine's full editions. Celebrating Africans make an impact. Read better, the inside story. Your fashion magazine for a better lifestyle. Inspiring stories for you. Your monthly dose of entertainment. A better mind keeping you updated.
Hashtag Schengen Story magazine. Get Schengen Story magazine full editions.
When I wrote the book, The Final Solution, the Lord gave me some things in the spirit realm to see going to happen here. And that is why you need to get a copy of this book, not because of the purchase, but because of the contents. We've not spent 2 weeks. Now we have seen the problem in Ukraine, Russia, and Belarus, Donetsk, Luhansk, and all the other surrounding nations, talk less of the Western countries and the Eastern countries. We want to pray that this stops where it is. Some people are even imagining a third world war. I pray that there'll be no third world war, but we need to know the solution to all of these problems, and they are well packaged in that book, The Final Solution. The amount of money is next to nothing. Go to Amazon and buy this book. Go to the
to the Kindle, go to KDP and buy this book. It's very important. So it is in Amazon and Kindle. And of course, you can purchase the paperback, but it's not about the money. It's about the contents to have solution to Ukraine, to Russia, to the West, to the East, and indeed all parts of the world. Do get a copy and let's start operating the solution of God to our time.
Welcome back to News Echoes, where we give you information, facts, and analysis so that you can have an informed opinion and take the correct decision. The APC, they've got their presidential candidate in Bola Ahmed Asiwaju Tinubu, where the PDP has got their own in Abubakar Atiku, and Labour Party, we understand, is Peter Obi. Other parties also have got their own parties who are also upcoming, like the ADC, and we have Kachuku. The problem is not getting the presidential candidate with all the mountains. The issue now is getting their running mate. Achiwagi told us that there is somebody standing in the interim, and many people were taken aback. How do you put someone there standing in the interim and then to be changed later? So Peter Obi did the same thing and put the name of Doyin Okupe as standing in temporary. I still don't understand how you can get a running mate temporary. Does it mean the whole party has not been thinking? Does it mean that it's just a permutation, combination, and then you just come up with a name? What exactly is going on? Or is it the challenges of Muslim ticket or Muslim Christian ticket? Or what is exactly? I really don't know. I'm taken aback that a whole party will not know its running mate for the presidency. Ambassador, now let me start with you briefly. What's going on? Choosing a running mate.
But choosing a running mate has become rocket science in Nigeria.
I don't think it's that difficult getting a wife. You can easily choose your wife.
It's equally difficult choosing a good one. You may have challenges if you choose something else.
Okay, go on. Sorry.
So the issue that this issue of running mate is a constitutional requirement, and the parties have to abide by the content and the electoral law 2022. But the problem now is what is happening within the political parties. Is there anything like internal democracy, as Bush have just told us? The people really who go in for this election, are they really the choice of the people? And so the presidential candidates have been chosen, but what is really happening, and we're not being told, is they now have a problem of who will be their running mate.
Okay, let's go straight to the point. Do you think Ahmed Tinubu can afford a Muslim ticket?
But he has done it. He said he has chosen his running mate Masari in Katsina State, and he's a Muslim.
Has he confirmed that permanently?
Well, the word permanent is going to be the problem, but Tinubu has told us himself that he has chosen a running mate. But meanwhile, consultations are still on, even with Buhari.
And who is this Masari guy? Who is he?
Masari is a member of the APC. Masari is the name of a town where the governor of Katsina State comes from. The man's name is Ibrahim Masari.
Does he have electoral value?
Within the APC, maybe.
Because he's not widely known, is he?
He was an official of the APC, Maybe
Okay. Let me
first
ask the man. Let's ask the man at the seat of capital in Nigeria, Dr. Sita. What do you say to this one? Muslim ticket, Atiku choosing a co-op. Have a feel. Go ahead and talk. Whatever you want to go on this running meeting.
I think it's done already because Kabiru Masari has been. Yes, can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Can anyone hear me?
Yes.
Yes, we can.
Okay, I said Kabiru. Yes, Kabiru Masari has been, has been named. Adamu has given the, the flag, like to say this is a man for vice presidency. Whether he's known or not, yes, he's known in his state and in the north. But will he be popular enough to to make the Muslim ticket work? I don't think so, because if they were smart enough, they would have taken a Muslim female. That was that was what I thought they were going to do, to be able to appeal to a wider audience that was not there before.
Well, the little I know
but yes,
about
Tinubu has taken that, but also too there is a sign. There is a sign that Atiku has not completely chosen Okowa yet, because Atiku has raised a team to go and woo Wike for vice president. So the game is on. The game is on everywhere. We're going to be able to see all of this happen in the next 1 week.
Oh, I still find it difficult. Deval Books, I find it difficult. What is it? Why is it difficult to get a running mate? What is it? Is it a kind of a permutation? If I choose a northern Christian in case of Tinubu,
it is the dirt. It is the dirt. It is the dirt in politicking. It is the dirt in politicking. They're not sincere people. They have other agenda. There are very clearly very good candidates that would have made it happen, but they don't want to touch them because they won't play their game. It's the dirt. There is the sanctimonious there.
Yeah, go on.
Yes, I have to agree with Legend Osita on some of the points that he has hit on, because really and truly, where does a political party stand where they know, for example, even if, like I keep saying, they want to impose a particular aspirant to the people, shouldn't they already know who the running mate would be a perfect match for that person be? These are the questions that we have to ask ourselves. In my party, I see a big dilemma where we're looking at a Muslim ticket now. I don't particularly think that's going to go down well in the South. It's not going to go down well. There's a lot of speculation.
But the North could say, well, that's it for the South. We have 12 million votes of Buhari, and we're going to splash it there, whether you like it or not. And
it doesn't work like that. Yeah, but you're right about that. They can say we don't care, but it doesn't work like that. And like you mentioned earlier, you were about to say, well, there's a school of thought that says get a Muslim Christian female, and we're looking at Senator Binta. For me, that would have even done it. It would have sealed a lot of things for me, because at least I would have been on a very heavy mission to say, all the women come out and vote. We have a new vice president that's going to be a woman. It would give us some inspiration as Christians and as women, to push. But when you come out with a Muslim ticket, even if I'm pushing to say women come and vote for Ashiwaju, my resistance, or the resistance of the people that I'm talking to, would be, but we're talking about a Muslim ticket, and as it were, we have we have all speculation in the South saying that it's the Muslim headsmen, the Okada riders that have been causing mayhem in Lagos and all these kind of things. They are all Muslims, and the resistance is going to be serious. It's going to be a serious impact on the party if care is not taken. That's my candid opinion.
Ambassador Nat, you said to me a few days ago when there was no camera that there are many Christians in the north. Can you prove that?
Yes, by geographical accident, I am from that part of Nigeria, but more,
It was an
but,
accident.
I like that.
but more of middle belt. I'm in we are the one holding Nigeria together, north and south.
Okay, all right, we hands up.
So you see there is a lot of misinformation going on in Nigeria. Because anytime you say you are from the north, you are automatically a Hausa Fulani or you're a Muslim.
Mm.
But let us even agree that is the case, because even in the Caliphate, even in the Sultanate in Sokoto, there are indigenous Christians. The same thing in Katsina, the same thing in Kanuri, Maiduguri in Borno State. There are indigenous Kanuri Christians. There are indigenous Hausa Fulani Christians. Some of them even pastors. So the issue of the north is predominantly Muslim doesn't hold water, because states, even in the northeast where Atiku comes from, you have Christians in Gombe, indigenous Christians. You have Christians in Bauchi. You have Christians in Adamawa, Taraba. And when you come to the Middle Belt, Benue State, Niger State, Plateau State, you have many Christians in those areas. So the issue of the Christians will not give Bola Tinubu votes does not hold water.
But I'm going to ask you. I know you are very close to the Southwest. You've lived there before. Do you think the Southwest Christians will vote on the basis of that? That look, some people went to a war in the church and killed our people. Therefore, if Bola Tinubu is bringing Muslim ticket, we will not vote for APC. Do you think some Southwest Christians will think like that?
Even some Southwest Muslims will not vote for Tinubu, not to talk of Southwest Christians.
Well, not according to Muri. Let's go to Sita. Dr. Sita, I'm aware of the time. That's what we call now the obedience syndrome in Nigeria. Everyone is going to be obedient, never mind the spelling. Peter Obi is gaining grants, but as a political analyst myself, I see that he's the president of Nigeria on social media. But when the crunch comes to voting on the ground, I still don't see him. If we vote today, I can't see Peter Obi winning today. That is my humble opinion, because Peter Obi is not in the village. Go on.
Yes, yeah. If we vote today, he will win the other two. Today, if we vote today, he will win Atiku. He will win Tinubu, and I mean that. If the frenzy on ground. Yes, let me tell you more, because I have seen this work before. I was part of the young people who were on social media for Barack Obama. By the time you convert the sensibilities of a young person who is ready to do what is on his mind and is given the permission to do it, you will see change. Let me tell you how this will work. This is going to work because every other person who has been disgruntled about what's going on is looking elsewhere. Every other person. Forget APC, forget PDP. I am not saying that the election is going to be without pain, or that the campaign has started. But yes, what we are looking at now is that being obedient, which is the new mantra, is the tag that is following. Because being obedient also moves all other parties that are not APC, PDP. And that is the truth. And that includes ADC, whatever they call them. By the end of the day, people are going to move, because some people who are so angry now with the two main parties are already withdrawing. Some are resigning by letter, some are resigning by silence, some are resigning by inactivity. But the truth is that there is still one force that is virile, and that force is being obedient. I'm not
Dr.
saying.
Peter, Dr. Peter,
Yes,
I'm sorry to burst
yes,
your bubble. I've campaigned before. I've participated in election in Nigeria and UK before. Let me tell you how they win elections. There are some grassroots people. Your party doesn't have it. You'll be shocked on the day of election. It's not called rigging. These people have been there hundreds of years. They know who they're going to vote for. The traditional voters, they are there. Your party, I'm talking of Labour Party now. The Labour Party on the surface, yes. But when it comes on the day of election, even here in the United Kingdom, the day I was contesting election, I was on the Christian Party. It was called the Christian Party. Then the Labour Party, they went and brought some old women, old men, shaking and coming to vote. And they defeated me on that day. Oh, on the surface, I was winning with all the Christians. Underneath, there were people who have been voting here for 70 years, and they will not allow one African man to kind of upturn them. I know in Nigeria, there are people who can die for Tinubu. They are from Agege, they are from Ikeja, they are from Tongo, they are from Egbadu, they are from Abule Abekuta, they are from this, they are from that. We're talking of the nooks and crannies. We are not talking of people who are good on the social media, and that is the challenge Peter Obi is getting. I know time is fast. When Mark, I see that you are back on the screen. What do you say? Because I want Diva Obux to say something on this. But Mark,
what got my attention, Dr. Segun, is you're putting the truth to the discussion. There are these, like you said, old, conventional, and very, very
traditional voter.
Yes.
Setting their ways.
Yes, their ways. In fact, what you said also, similar thing played out in the ADC primaries in Abeokuta. This story I got from the real story, not the makeup story, was that there were these people that came, and they are not social media people, but they are voters. They've been following politics. They understand politics in the raw sense of it. And they came and voted that day for their own choice from nowhere. Now, the man that thought he had gotten the attention of the people was disappointed because those people didn't really want him. So it's exactly what the scenario that happened to you contesting in the UK. And I tell you, this is what happens around the world. Dr. Sita is probably being carried away with the emotion. Yes, we want change. We love Peter. He seems to have those dynamics.
Massive in Milan.
Yes, sir.
Massive in Milan. The man you spoke about in Abeokuta, did he win?
The man
in Abeokuta, did he win?
That's what I'm saying. That because there were these conventional voters that they look at things from
the conventional voters make him win. That's my question. Did he win because of conventional voters?
No, he didn't win. The man that we thought would win didn't win because these conventional voters had their own mindset, like what Dr. Segun just told us happened in the UK with him. I understand that because I've seen it play out in many cases. So there are this group of people that they don't get carried away with emotion. They don't get carried away with the frenzy and all the.
What is their number? What is their antecedent?
Okay. We will come back to you, Dr. Peter. I'm aware of this. I want to hear Diva Obux. Peter Obi. He is carrying the ways of the youth, but I'm not convinced. Diva.
Well, tell you the truth, I think Peter has a very good chance. The conventional voters you're talking about, of the Ashiwaju, who is my presidential candidate. Yes, he has the grassroots of the conventional voters that will say, "Oh, it's Jagaban or nobody." That is the truth. But there's a new wave of people in Nigeria. There was actually like a riot in some polling center yesterday. in Abuja, in getting INEC office, where they actually attacked the INEC officers and said, we want our voters cards. It's our right. Give us our voters card, because the youths are now having an uprising. They want to vote. They want to change the scenario. So I think we might. I think APC and PDP have they have a tough job to deal with, in the upcoming elections. They really do. Because
do you know how many polling units we have in Nigeria? Thousands. Can Labour Party man those 1,000 polling units?
I think they can. With the kind of followership that the youths are coming up with, the youths are actually fed up. And if they organize them,
are they being put in structure? That is,
yes.
Mr. A, you are now in charge of this.
Yes, they are really organizing themselves now. This is not just the social media movement anymore. The kids are coming out to go and get. I wish you were here to see what's going on.
Yes,
yeah.
I wish you were here to see this. Stop.
Yes, the kids are coming out.
What you are doing. And
they are really.
Also,
stop what
sorry,
you're
sir.
doing.
Sorry, Diva. But we just saw last week Ekiti. Now these are the same youths holding 10,000.
Thank you.
Yes, but that's a fraction
also of people. Queue of people, thousands, not hundreds, waiting to collect money because they voted for APC and they were in the queue in the house.
That's a fraction of youths. I'm telling you, that's a fraction of the youth.
The APC candidate, the Labour candidate collapsed his structure for APC in Ekiti after collecting something allegedly. So are we not going to see
it will happen? It will happen. That will happen. Definitely it will happen. There are rogues in the system. They are still there. But what we're saying is that there's a newness of intention that will change everything.
Yeah.
Okay.
Of course.
Okay. I'm going to give you.
And there are other. Let me just say this: there are other possible scenarios that are being looked at, where we're talking about coalitions between the smaller parties, coming together as a united force. Absolutely. If this actually happens, APC and PDP are going to be in big trouble. That's the truth.
Okay, I'm going to give you 30 seconds each. Everyone will have 30 seconds. Starting from you, Ambassador Nat. 30 seconds, because our time is fast spent. Do you think Peter Obi can make any serious headway by the time we vote 25th of February 2023? You have 30 seconds now.
I'll do it in less than 30 seconds. No.
Okay, thank you very much. Mark in Milan, your 30 seconds.
Well, with what they are saying, I'm in between. I'm caught up. Let me be honest.
Okay. Yes. Dr. Osita, your 30 seconds. Our time is almost up.
Yes.
Okay, Diva Books, your 30 seconds there. You think Peter Obi can upturn the Jagaban of Nigeria and the Atiku of this world?
Jagaban is a tough cookie. He's a real tough cookie. But if Peter Obi organizes himself properly and he gets his structure properly in place, I think he has a chance.
Yeah, that's a caveat. That's a caveat in what you have just said. If and if.
Yes.
That's how we live today. It's going to be a caveat. If Peter Obi is watching, please, there's a caveat that you need a lot of structural readjustment to do. But obviously, the mood in Nigeria is that there should be a change. People are tired of the old things, and the APC government in the last 7 years have not helped matters either. So, but we'll leave the judgment to the people, and we'll be back next week, Wednesday, to discuss even in depth some of these things. I want to welcome again Diva Books coming, and there'll be more of wealth of a participant, political participant, that we will gain from. I want to thank my colleagues, starting from the one in Milan, Mark, the LA of Milan, and I want to thank Dr. Sita in Abuja, and also my colleague in the city of London. London is boiling today, 30-something degrees, and of course the lady in our midst. That's how far it will be today. My name is Shegun Johnson. Until next week, when we come your way, God bless you all.
Bless you.